Never get my support. Meanwhile, we play basketball at Oregon. We played Washington a couple days ago, beat them. But I don't know if we'll beat Oregon or not. We'll find out. Huh? They're ranked higher than we are. And they're not from basketball country. How dare they? So Sandy, how come you get Sandy? All right, It is.
Thank you. So nice to meet you. So. Are you? You have your dog visiting. She's like dog sitting. We were dogs, sorry. 2 dogs. But then I have my 126-pound dog. And because they were free eaters, which means they had food out all the time, I couldn't let my dog upstairs where they were, because she would protect the food. They could take our fur. And I couldn't have, you know, the dog fights. You know, such little child as they get fed twice a day. Especially you. I got, oh my gosh. Callie gets fed, well, she gets fed twice a day. 99 times. So I'm $400. So she gets half a pound. And that's how I'm the and I can have her very crazy. Oh, no. So, dry dog food, trying to get back. 126 and then my niece's dog was a German Shepherd and the other one was I was coming up here to say bye, but then I got a coughing fit. No, I'm not sick. I think it's just
Thank you for your lovely thinking.
They're not thinking of long enough. This is how I feel. Like I'm writing all of everything that everybody's doing.
I need to set up a lunch table.
Oh, shoot.
Hi, Andrea.
Hey, Marie.
Your people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's that new belt on it to make it look
Yeah, I guess I didn't look very hard.
out there with a little pretty stuff on it. It is on the neck.
I think it's the wind.
Hey there, how are you? Good. I haven't heard from Anya yet. Your one okay? Okay, she said she was gonna text us. She may just still I heard them, I got a text message. She said, say no to rehab. Here we go, Valerie.
I can open it. I will download it. Oh my goodness.
Valerie. Valerie.
No, yeah.
Can I go?
Hi, Freddie.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah. We got
Yeah, we haven't signed it. I have to leave probably about 4 There's a union all been working mobile sites to help slow. Because that division got closed down. When it's going to be ranging.
It's not Suzanne.
No, it's Fran. It's the other. And so, it's funny though, I started, she's invited all these people to be local prices. And either it's just, there was just 3 of us, it was a small unit. I was thinking it's mobile prices. It's interesting because there's a 20,000 mobile prices.
Oh, chocolate. It's the difference in dollars between Texas and Washington. I'm Tacoma.
Every place else.
I know. What'd you name it? Sandy.
Yeah. Hi, Andrea. I don't know. So do Roy and Sharon. Broadway music. He referred. Yes.
I'm so
Shabbat shalom. That's what happens when you do naming Shabbat. You have a lot of people here. This is also true.
Hey, Rabbi.
Shabbat shalom.
Is it too late to have my name added to the list?
Okay, so today's, I'm Rabbi Bat-Sheva Appel, interim rabbi here at Congregation Ahavat Beth Israel this year. I cannot tell you how delighted that people ran with the idea of naming Shabbat, which is tonight. It is tonight because this Shabbat's parasha is Shmot, which means names. Everybody always says, oh, the second book of the Torah is Exodus, but the second book of the Torah in Hebrew is Shmot. The word Shmot means names, and it starts with the names of everybody in Jacob's family, in other words, the Jacobsons, who come down to Egypt following Joseph. That being said, I know of, thank you so much, I know of one person, three people who are not feeling well, so they're not here tonight. I just heard from another 3 people that they're not able to be tonight. I can't give you a certificate tonight, but certainly when we redo it, you can, if you want a certificate, we can arrange that.
I'm not worried about this.
We're going to begin on this beautiful little pink piece of paper on the side that says, "We are going."
Anybody not have? You're already spending it back.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
All 3, 4 verses have the same tune. We are going to a place where music falls and fills up everything. And though it may take a long time, I know it's gonna be alright, 'cause we've already started to sing. Ine mato, umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Ine mato, umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Ozim bezemrat yah, ba'idin Yeshua. Ozim bezemrat yah, ba'idin Yeshua. We are going to a place where music falls and fills up everything. And though it may take a long time, I know it's gonna be alright, 'cause we've already started to sing. 'Cause we've already started to sing.
Shabbat shalom. Welcome to our Shabbat evening service. We are a diverse community that encompasses a range of backgrounds and experiences. Welcome to all those who are joining us virtually this evening. We are using Mishkan Tefillah, which looks like this, and you can find it in the book racks as you come into our sanctuary. During the service tonight, when I invite you to stand, please do so as you are able and comfortable in doing so. And if after you stand up, you realize it was more of a commitment than you thought it would be, and you feel the need to be seated, please be seated. Thank you to our musicians this evening, who include Sandy Behringer, Petra Pollack, Steve Pollack, and I'm sure there will be a couple of others who are going to be recruited this evening to help us sing, because that is how we roll at County. And I'd like to remind you to turn off all your cell phones and other technological devices. In short, if it has a battery and it makes a noise, now would be a good time to silence it, turn it off, somehow prevent it from interrupting your enjoyment of this Shabbat. So battery plus noise equals silencing or turning off. Lots of ways to do that. Just remember how many batteries you actually have on you. that could be a hard thing to do. This is the point in our Shabbat service where we usually, I prompt you to set an intention. But the last couple of days have had a lot of highs and lows. And just after midnight Jerusalem time, they announced that the Israeli cabinet, the full cabinet, approved the ceasefire agreement, which means that it's going to start on Sunday. And on Sunday, there will be a ceasefire and everything that's going to go into place for the first phase, which is 42 days. And they're going to release hostages, a few at a time, and there will be a cessation of bombing of Gaza, and people in Gaza can return to their homes. It's been a very difficult, I think we're now at 468 days of the hostages, which has been incredibly painful. And it's also been incredibly painful to watch what has happened in Gaza. So that's all been painful, and when they announced it on Wednesday, I was immediately happy and then thought, no, they haven't finished agreeing. And then eventually they got one agreement, and now today they finally got the other piece of it ticked off, and all going well Sunday. And that's really pretty amazing. And my hope is that little red-haired baby, he's now a toddler. He was 9 months old when he was taken hostage. His second birthday's tomorrow. And I'm hoping that he's one of the first released on Sunday. And please understand that even as many hostages as will be released in the next 6 weeks, it's only a third of who's being held in Gaza. There's still so much to do, and we still need to pray for the release of the hostages. So with that information, because I'm not sure all of you had it before you came in tonight, we will still set our intention for Shabbat. And that always involves taking 3 deep breaths. You might arrange yourself. I see people are sitting up already. You might arrange yourself bodily to center and ground yourself. That includes sitting up straight, uncrossing your legs, uncrossing your arms, perhaps even closing your eyes. 3 is the number of intention. And perhaps your intention for the Shabbat is just to pray for peace. Perhaps your intention for this Shabbat is preparing yourself for the work that will need to still be done. And perhaps your intention for this Shabbat will be encountering the holiness that is Shabbat. I invite you to take those 3 deep breaths now. Please join me on page 124 page 127 in your prayer book in the middle of the page. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. We continue with Psalm 98 on page 133.
Peace, Lord, Shiru, Adonai, Shir Kadash, Kini Cloud, Asaf, Hoshi Alo, Yevino, Uzaro,
138, Lecha Dodi, and we welcome Shabbat into our midst.
I'm gonna rest my hand.
We continue at the bottom of page 145. Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There is no place on earth without the presence. On the facing page, Chatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabban, Yamad Yevrach Yirutei v'yamlit malchutei, Dechaye Chonu Yomecha, Uchaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, B'Agala, B'Agala, U'Bizman Karim, Ve'yimeru Amen, Yehesh Shmei Rabban Mevorach, Ve'olamu Me'almaya, Yitbarach Ve'yishpach Shabbat, Vitpa'ar, Vitramam, Vitnaseh, Vitadar, Vitalev, Vitalal, Shemei Kudsha, Brichu, Le'ela Mikol Birchata, V'Shirata, Tush Berchata, V'Nechemata, Damiram Be'alma, V'Yeberu, Amen. Please rise as you're comfortable in doing so. Page 146 for the Baruch. Please be seated. We continue on page 149 at the top of the page. Praise to Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season fly. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hamari Baravim. Page 150. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadetan al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shochenu u'b'kumeinu naseach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu u'bahem neged yomam v'layla ve'avadcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Page 152, please rise for the Shema. continue on 157 in the middle of the page, and we continue responsively by indented paragraph. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The heavens declare your glory, may the earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered, at Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Page 158, Mi Chamocha. Page 160, Hashkivin.
Adonai,
page 162 in the middle of the page together. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day God ceased from work and was refreshed. We continue on page 164 and then on the even number pages. This is the Amidah, the prayer said while standing. Invite those who are comfortable in doing so to please stand. Adonai sevatai titachu v'yagite hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu Imateinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor VaNorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Bekonei HaKol, Bezocher Chasdot Ve'imachot, Umei Geula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahavah, Melech Ozer Moshiach Makin, Baruch atah Adonai, Magin Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Atah Rav Le'Hoshea, Mashiva Ruach U'Morida Hashem, Mechalkel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayei HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofech Oholim, Matir Asurim, Kayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Nichamocha Al Geburot, Umidol Melech, Melech Meimim Tumechayem, Umasmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol, Atah kadosh Shimcha kadosh, U'kadoshim b'chol yom yalalu chasela, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Page 173. Disturb us, Adonai, ruffle us from our complacency, make us dissatisfied with the peace of ignorance, the quietude which arises from the shunning of the horror, the defeat, the bitterness and the poverty, physical and spiritual of humans. Shock us, Adonai, deny to us the false Shabbat, which gives us the delusions of satisfaction amid a world of war and hatred. Wake us, O God, and shake us from the sweet and sad poignancies rendered by half-forgotten melodies and rubric prayers of yesteryears. Make us know that the border of the sanctuary is not the border of living, and the walls of your temples are not shelters from the winds of truth, justice, and reality. Disturb us, O God, and vex us. Let not your Shabbat be a day of torpor and slumber. Let it be a time to be stirred and spurred to action. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. We continue now individually for either inner reflection of prayers that are on the page through page 180. And when you feel that your prayers are complete, at least for this evening, you are invited to be seated. for thanks now for all the gifts and blessings that we enjoy for our celebrations and simchas. I'd like to invite anyone in the congregation who is celebrating or who has something that they are especially grateful for to share their joy and thanksgiving with our community. So, yes.
This is gonna sound silly, but turns out there was a slightly more than $50 solution to the problems I've been having trying to close the hatchback of my car. And the place in Meridian that retrofits vans for handicapped people, $52.50, they put in a cord that I can pull the hatchback down.
I don't think that that's a silly thing, because we all know that dealing with our cars can be much more expensive than makes sense at times. Everybody's nodding their head. So, congratulations on a cost-effective fix for your hatchback.
Yeah.
Masalto. Who else? Yes.
I had a nephew born last week, and after some scary complications, he's now on the road to recovery, so we're very thankful.
Oh my goodness. Good. Glad to hear it. Okay. Who else? Yes.
I just made it through 12 days of work in a row, and now I have 3 days off finally.
Ooh, yes. The 3 days off, that's always a delight, particularly after 12 days in a row. Anyone? Yes.
I wanted to give thanks because after many years of wanting a job as a professor at Boise State, Corey was finally offered a position, and I couldn't be prouder of him. So.
Mazal tov on your new position at Boise State University.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
What department?
Education.
Wonderful.
Fantastic. Anyone else? Yes, Amelia.
At school, we've been talking about something, and now we get dolls for whoever's being good or to kids, and then that thing we can go over to stations. It's like you can use money for it, but it's
Okay, I'm not sure that I caught all of that, but you seem really happy about it. Okay, yes.
Well, I'm just praying that everything holds for the ceasefire and that all of the hostages who are still alive will be returned to their families, and that those that are no longer alive, that their bodies will be returned to where they belong. And I'm just praying and hoping that peace will finally come to this madness.
Thank you.
And I just celebrated my birthday
Happy birthday.
on Wednesday, the 15th. And I share that birthday with one of my heroes, Martin Luther King Jr. And two of my other heroes are Gandhi and Nelson Mandela.
And thank you. Thank you. And what a wonderful celebration. So happy birthday.
And I first became acquainted with this congregation when I met Harriet Barrenter when the synagogue was moved from downtown to here. So thank you very much.
Okay. And Harriet's yard site was just last week, her first yard site. Certainly somebody that this community has been missing, and somebody to celebrate. Any other, yes?
I'm thankful for skilled, wonderful healthcare practitioners, especially the oral surgeon who took care of me yesterday morning.
And look, you're back.
And I'm back, and it was a little more than a $50 fix, Andrea.
Yeah, but you're not a hatchback on a car.
So all's well, and I'm very pleased.
Thank goodness. So I'm glad that I'm glad that you are here tonight, because I know we weren't sure, so that's fantastic. For all these things, Eternal One, we say, Modim anachnu lach. We give thanks to you, source of all. May we go from strength to strength, and may we always offer our abundant thanks for your many blessings along the way, and let us say, Amen. As I said when I opened the service, they just minutes after midnight in Jerusalem, the full Israeli cabinet approved the ceasefire deal, and for the next 6 weeks, it's going to be small numbers of hostages released in exchange for Palestinian prisoners, and it won't be all the hostages. It will only be approximately a third, and it's unclear how many of them will still be alive and how many of them will not. So I want to add a prayer for the hostages tonight. Mishaberach Avotenu Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah. May the one who blessed Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless, protect, and guard those who are missing and held captive, who are in distress and captivity. As this congregation prays for them, may the Holy Blessed One have compassion on them and bring them out from darkness and the shadow of death. May God break their bonds, deliver them from their distress, and bring them swiftly back to their family's embrace. Give thanks to God for God's mercy, for the wonders God does for all humanity. May this verse be fulfilled in them. Those redeemed by God will return. They will enter Zion with singing, and everlasting joy will crown their heads. Great gladness and joy will overtake them, and sorrow and sighing will flee away. And let us say, Amen. We continue on page 371. In the middle of the page, you'll find a version of the prayer that we say on behalf of those who are in need of healing of body, healing of spirit. I would invite all those who are remembering somebody for healing to say their names out loud now.
Brother Zabel, my daughter Elizabeth. Susan Friedman, Samantha Jane.
Avaya Radosovich.
Anya Tsar.
Kevin James.
Rabbi Yishon Brooks Strickland and Paige Bucks.
Elizabeth Sars.
Sunny and Ivan Sedanikov, Steve Berenger, and Marcia Berenger. Art, Arlene, Dave, and Jane.
I invite those who are joining us virtually to say the names of those that you're remembering for healing right now out loud. To all those names, I add Sheila McLean, Simon Rosenblatt, Ginger Schulman, Harav Ariel Yehudit Bat Aviva, Harav Elka Chana Bat Leah.
Oh
I read about naming Shabbat from something that a colleague of mine did back in the early 2000s and realized it would be an amazing thing to do because I would keep running into, I would be working with bar and bat mitzvah students and these b'nai mitzvah students. I would ask them, so what's your Jewish name? And the parent would be sheepish, like, yeah, we never got around to giving them one. And then I would ask the parent for their Jewish name, and they'd be like, yeah, I never got one. Or I would meet, parents of like toddlers, and they were like, yeah, we were so busy, and we just never. And I realized there were people who actually don't like their Jewish name and want to change it for a variety of reasons. So I did one in New Jersey when I was working there. And I think we had 24 people who signed up to do that. Since then, I've done it in a couple of other congregations, and never was it as much interest as that first time. Well, Cabby, you're pretty amazing. Not quite 24 people, but still 20 people, some of whom will not be with us tonight because of challenges in timing. So I'm going to go down there and we will get this started. I'm going to invite the people who are being named. If you will come up and place yourselves in front of the ark, I'm in front of the bima. I'm going to be standing in front of you. So, Madison Alexi Eli, Hava Pearl Fisherman, Julia Ann Franklin, Agatha Sylvia Friedwald, Cheyenne Marie Hillis, Samuel Peter Kalki, Pamela K. Lowe, Susan Joan Norton, Petra W. Pollock, Edmund Mark Rowe, Logan Norrie Worthley, Hudson Andrew Witherspoon. And you don't have to make a line, you can clump up as long as the shorter people are in front. And you can stand on the step to try and get more clumps. So, that looks good. That looks great. I can't name you tonight, I'm sorry.
Sarah.
We'll have a conversation.
Okay.
So names are so personal, and our parents spend a lot of time determining what they're going to name us. And sometimes they manage to match everything who we are, and sometimes not. And yes, we can change our names, we can affirm our names, and each of you is going to get a certificate today with your name. You came to me to affirm names that you already had. You came to me to change names for a variety of reasons. Because of the story behind the name, because of how you felt about the name, because you wanted to be named like somebody you already knew. And some of you just wanted a piece of paper that had that Jewish name on it. And so the prayer that I offer for each of you is, may you make the name that you are going to be called a noteworthy name in Israel. May you live up to the promise of that name, to the possibility of that name, and may you make that name something special. May you make it a name that when people hear it, it is as if they just tasted honey. They think of you and they think of something sweet. So, Madison Alexei Eli, I am giving you the name Gavriela Malka Bat Shlomo V'Shoshan. Hava Pearl Fisherman, I'm giving you the name Hila Bat Sarah V'Ephraim Yitzchak.
Excuse me.
Julia Ann Franklin, Chana Bat Yona V'Chaya Leah. Agatha Sylvia Friedewald, Sipporah bat Miriam ve'Avraham. Shayana Marie Hillis, Shana Miriam bat Uroni ve'Ruth. Samuel Peter Kalki, Shmuel Lev Haskell ben David. I think I'm missing somebody. Am I missing? I am missing. No, I'm not. There you are. You're right there. Pamela K. Lowe, Gidona Vinyamina bat Avraham Vesara. Okay, so now I think I'm missing somebody. Petra W. Pollock, Peril bat Betzalel Velibe. Edmund Mark Rowe, who comes every Saturday morning and frequently volunteers for the tour service even though he can't reach the Ark. Ezra ben Karmi Arava. Logan Nori Worthley, Karmi Arava bat Sarah. Hudson Andrew Witherspoon, Oran Ephraim ben Alitza Surah. So now what I'm going to give you is the priestly benediction. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's, you can go up. Come on up. Okay. May God's countenance be lifted up to you, and may God grant you all the best blessings, the blessing of health, the blessing of prosperity, the blessing of community and loving family and friends, and may God grant you the best blessing of all, the blessing of peace. Ken Yiriyah, Hiratzon, may this be God's will. Simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, yehelanu. Simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, yehelanu, 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 ulechol Yisrael, yehelanu, yehelanu, ulechol Yisrael, yehelanu, yehelanu, ulechol Yisrael, yehelanu, yehelanu, ulechol Yisrael. Mazal tov to all of you. We continue now with the concluding part of our service. We turn to the Aleinu, page 586. And I invite those who are comfortable in doing so to please rise. Aleinu neshabeach Adon hakol latein gedula leYosef Bereshit. Shelo asanu ki goyei aratzot כתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו Please be seated. At this time, we think of all those who have gone before us, those whom we remember and miss, those who we still mourn. We are recalling during the first 11 months of mourning Judith Tillman, David Thompson, Judith Garter, Marion Holmes, Alan Salzberg, Linda Tell, Myrna Herman, Pam Human, Lee Edge, Perry Packer, Audrey Roberts Kling, Paul Frank, Karen Schneider, Max Garcia, Donna Dwiggins. Are there others that you are remembering as we prepare to say Kaddish, which is on page 598?
Linda Kelly.
Elise Rowe and Bert Brisker.
Walter Levy and Jeffrey Halbrecht.
Beverly Thomas. Jeff Levy and Grace.
Come on.
Norman Ciano.
Karen Aaron, John Dan Blackburn, Helen Swanson, Ingrid Shore.
I invite those who are joining us remotely to say the names of those you are remembering now. To those names I add Ernesto Ledesma, Leonard Appel. And now I invite the mourners and all whose custom it is to do so to rise for Kaddish, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabah, ve'alma divrach hirutei yamlik malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei d'kol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kariv v'yimru, amen. Yehei shmei rabah mevarach le'olam omei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramach v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalel v'yitalal shemei d'kudshan b'richu, La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, ta'amiram be'alma v'yimru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. Oseh shalom imrama, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. We say Zechronam Livracha, may their memories be for blessing, and may peace come to all who mourn. Are there any guests tonight who've never been to services at Cabby before? If so, you are invited to stand up and introduce yourself, if you would like, not compulsory. Otherwise, you can just run around the Kiddush Onik Shabbat introducing yourself to folks. Your choice. Yes?
Andrew Hart.
Welcome. Okay, yes?
Ellie Nelson.
Hello, welcome. Anyone else? Yes,
Allie Witherspoon, Shane Witherspoon, and Hudson Witherspoon.
welcome Witherspoons and Mazal Tov. Anyone else? Okay, no, I know you've been here for a while, yes.
Brandon Cole and my wife Julie.
Welcome, lovely to have you here. Things that are happening in Cabby, you will find that a lot is happening in Cabby at this very moment. So first of all, check your emails. I know some of us are not email inclined, but if you're looking for dates and times, that's your best bet. Either that or make sure that you're logged into your account and then you can have access to the Cabby calendar when you go to our website. So things that are coming up include tomorrow a child is becoming B'nai Mitzvah, and we are very happy to celebrate with them and their family tomorrow. And on the 25th, which is a week from tomorrow, They call it Feast of Torah, but I feel like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet of Torah. Is a better title for it. There is so much going on, including 3 meals. You just need to register so we know to set the table for you. There are all sorts of activities. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter what your interest is. There is all sorts of amazing things going on a week from tomorrow. And please register so we know to expect you. It is an all-day affair, and please check your emails. Then following that, coming up the week after is Canvas and Corks. Yeah, Canvas and Corks. I keep treating the first word as if it was a plural, but it isn't. There's going to be an art auction and wine tasting in town. Please check your emails, please register. I know, I'm just, yeah. Please check your emails, please register. It looks to be a fun evening. Some of the bottles of wine have started to come in, and I've heard things like, ooh, that's nice. So it sounds like there's gonna be some great wine. So please join us for Canvas and Corks coming up the week after Feast of Torah. Then, following that, not long in the future, I know, not long in the future, we have Shabbat Shirah. Shabbat Shirah, this Shabbat of song. Cantora soloist Marjorie Hochberg, who I worked with for 7 years, is coming up to Boise, and she's going to help us sing. Anybody who's interested in participating in the small choir that we're assembling for that evening, please let me know, and if you don't find me at the Oneg Shabbat today, send me an email.
When is that?
And that is going to be the first full weekend in February. Again, look at your emails for dates and times. That's just scratching the surface of, a week from Monday, yes, a week from Monday, there's going to be, in honor of International Holocaust Remembrance Day, which is determined by the UN, and it coincides with the liberation of Auschwitz. We're showing the documentary How Saba Kept Singing, which is the story of Cantor David Wisnia, who was in Auschwitz, was later freed, joined one of the battalions as a translator, eventually became a cantor. It's really a pretty amazing story because he was like all of 12, 13 when he was in Auschwitz. So this is a documentary, and it culminates in him singing the El Malei Rachamim, the prayer that we say when we remember the dead, at the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. And the day that we're having this program is the 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. So lots happening. We are a busy, busy place. Check your emails. I know, some of us don't like them. Check them. We continue on page 625. Thank you so much to our musicians. Petra Pollack, Steve Pollack, Sandy Barrenter, Mazal Tov to all those who received their names. If this is something that you want to do, come find me or send me an email, and we can do this on a Shabbat other than naming Shabbat. And, okay.
Amelia's gonna help.
Okay, we can't do this without Amelia.
Also, by the way, there are schedules for Feast of Torah over on the counter in the entryway. Please note that the morning service on Saturday, January 25, starts at 9:30.
Which is half an hour earlier than usual. So anybody who's accustomed to just kind of like cruising in time for the Torah service, you do that this time and you're gonna miss it. You're just gonna miss it. You're gonna find us doing Aleinu, and then where will you be?
Hi, Amelia. Ready to go? Do you sing it because you remember it, or do you need to read it? It's right here. Okay, I wrote it.
think it works better that way. Yeah, we'll hurry.
Thank you, and Ms. Alto.
Rabbi?
Bye.